Anna was dead, perishing in that raging fire. She had watched with her own eyes as the man she deeply loved, her husband, rescued his foster sister while leaving her behind in the flames. Eric and Anna had been a perfect match, growing up together from childhood to adolescence. Anna had loved him for 15 years, devoting her heart to him. They were meant to live a happy life together, yet tragedy struck. An accident took the life of Eric's mother, and his foster sister, Bess, barely escaped being disabled. Eric placed all the blame on Anna, filling his heart with resentment toward her, and from that moment on, he could never truly love her again. On the day of their wedding, Eric received a call from Bess, who claimed she was feeling unwell. Without hesitation, he abandoned Anna. Bess, unwilling to accept that the man she had waited for so many years had married Anna, could no longer suppress her true nature. She confronted Anna and forced her to divorce Eric. It was only at that moment that Anna finally realized the truth. Bess had tampered with the glass of water she had given her that day, which ultimately led to the death of Eric's mother. Anna threatened to reveal the truth to Eric, but Bess retaliated by threatening to kill her. Then, Bess pretended to fall just as Eric arrived. Without a second thought, Eric immediately blamed Anna for everything. Without giving her a chance to explain, he walked up to her and delivered a harsh slap across her face before coldly dragging Bess to the hospital. However, the doctors and nurses had long been bribed by Bess. The doctor claimed that Bess had a rare blood type and that the hospital had no available supply. Upon hearing this, Eric instantly thought of Anna, who shared the same blood type. Without hesitation, he ordered his men to forcibly take her to the hospital and extract her blood for Bess. Anna was already pregnant at the time. Due to excessive blood loss, she fell unconscious. When she woke up again, a nurse brought her a bowl of herbal medicine, saying that Eric had specifically ordered it for her recovery. In that fleeting moment, Anna felt a faint sense of warmth in her heart. Perhaps her husband still cared for her after all. Without a second thought, she lifted the bowl, intending to drink it all at once. Yet, mere moments later, a searing pain tore through her abdomen. It was only then that Anna realized the horrifying truth. The medicine was an abortion drug. Anna accused Eric of killing their child, but he remained cold and indifferent, merely responding that it was the price she had to pay for pushing Bess. No matter how desperately Anna tried to explain, Eric refused to believe her. Not long after, Bess walked into the hospital room, deliberately provoking Anna, claiming that Eric loved her, not Anna. She threatened that if Anna didn't agree to a divorce, she would make her life a living hell. At that moment, Anna finally saw Bess's true cruelty. Heartbroken, she watched as Eric arrived to take Bess home. Not only did he show no remorse, but when they returned, he even demanded that Anna take care of Bess and warned her not to harm her. Overwhelmed with grief and injustice, Anna went to Eric's mother, hoping for comfort, only for Eric to suddenly appear. Once again, Anna desperately tried to explain the truth, but Eric still chose to believe Bess and cruelly drove her away. That day, Bess arranged to meet Anna, secretly planning a fire to kill her. When Eric arrived, Bess immediately framed Anna, accusing her of trying to murder her. Without hesitation, Eric chose to believe Bess, leaving with her while Anna was abandoned in the raging flames. It wasn't until Eric saw Anna's funeral portrait with his own eyes, along with his mother-in-law's furious accusations, that he finally realized Anna was gone forever. At that moment, regret consumed him. He had loved her so deeply, yet he had hurt her over and over again. Eric broke down in tears, but it was too late. It turned out that Anna was not dead. She had been saved by Jack, her and Eric's childhood friend. This time, she returned with a new identity, Ally, determined to take revenge on those who had wronged her. That night, Anna attended a charity gala with Jack, playing the song she had once loved the most. Just then, Eric and Bess arrived. The moment Eric heard the familiar melody, he was instantly dazed. Without thinking, he rushed forward and grabbed Anna's hand. However, Anna deliberately acted as if she didn't recognize him. At that moment, Jack stepped in, pushing Eric's hand away before calmly introducing her with a smile. "This is Ally, the CEO of M Group, recently returned from abroad." During the event, Ally publicly announced that the company that donated the highest amount would become M Group's strategic partner. Without hesitation, Eric donated $500 million, securing the partnership. However, Ally then set a condition. Eric had to drive Bess out of the city. Bess was furious. She confronted Ally, demanding to know why she was forcing Eric to abandon her. Seeing the opportunity, Ally put on an innocent act, accidentally spilling coffee on herself. Just as Eric walked in, Eric immediately rushed over, full of concern for Ally, and harshly scolded Bess. Watching the scene unfold, Anna secretly smirked to herself. The real show was just beginning. Eric brought Ally home and handed her Anna's clothes to wear. Ally took the initiative, softly saying that she could become a replacement for his late wife. That night, the two embraced, sharing a passionate and sweet moment together. The next morning, as Ally woke up, she gently traced Eric's face with her fingers. Eric held her hand, murmuring, "Anna?" But Ally calmly replied, "I'm not your wife." Just then, Bess walked in with breakfast. Seeing Ally lying in Eric's bed, she flew into a rage, cursing her for being shameless. However, Eric unhesitatingly took Ally's side and threw Bess out. He then officially declared that from now on, Ally was his woman and warned her to keep her distance from Jack. As Ally stepped out of the room, Bess immediately confronted her, spewing insults and attempting to slap her, only to have Ally strike her back instead. Meanwhile, Eric was growing more convinced that Ally was actually Anna. Choosing to observe in silence, he wanted to see what exactly she was planning. At the same time, Anna met with Jack, telling him that she planned to move back into Eric's house and destroy him step by step. However, Jack cautioned her to be careful. He knew that deep down, she still had feelings for Eric. Later that day, as Jack was helping Anna pack her things, Eric suddenly appeared. Seeing Jack and Ally together, a flicker of jealousy crossed his eyes. Jack immediately warned him, "If you ever hurt Anna again, I won't let you off." Just then, Eric spotted something familiar among Ally's belongings, a necklace. The same necklace he had once given Anna. When he questioned her, Ally remained calm and simply said, "This was a gift from Anna's mother. She gave it to me because she thought I looked just like her daughter." That day, Eric brought Ally home and completely drove Bess out. Furious, Bess secretly hired an assassin to attack Ally, but Jack took the knife for her instead. At the hospital, Ally was filled with guilt and took great care of Jack. Meanwhile, Bess stood outside, secretly snapping photos of Ally and Jack in an intimate moment. She then sent the pictures to Eric. Consumed by jealousy, Eric stormed over to confront Ally. However, Jack calmly reminded him that instead of getting angry, he should investigate who was truly behind the attack, and that he should be grateful to Jack for saving Ally's life. Eric remained silent but took Ally back home. Overcome with emotion, he kissed her passionately, refusing to let her out of his sight. At the same time, he secretly ordered an investigation to uncover who had orchestrated the attack on Ally. However, when Eric later brought food to Ally's room, he was stunned to find that she had disappeared. Just then, Bess appeared, feigning concern as she told him that she had overheard Ally and Jack plotting to take down his company. Furious, Eric swore that he would never let Ally succeed. He immediately issued an order to search the entire city for her, but despite his efforts, there was no trace of Ally anywhere. That night, overwhelmed by frustration and heartache, Eric drowned himself in alcohol. Seeing him completely drunk, Bess seized the opportunity. She carefully orchestrated a scheme, making it seem as if they had spent the night together. The next morning, when Eric woke up and saw Bess lying beside him, his expression darkened with shock. Bess softly claimed, "This was my first time." But Eric remained cold and indifferent. Without the slightest hesitation, he simply replied, "Name your price, I'll compensate you." On the other hand, Jack and Anna finally found the real culprit and uncovered the truth. Bess was the true mastermind. The hired killer confessed that 3 years ago, Bess had orchestrated the car accident in an attempt to eliminate Anna once and for all. With the evidence in hand, Anna was ready to confront Eric and expose the truth. But just as she was about to do so, she overheard Bess making a phone call, instructing someone to forge a pregnancy report to force Eric into marrying her. Anna was still in shock when Eric suddenly appeared. He gazed at her intently, his voice firm and unwavering. "I've always known you're Anna. This time, I won't let you leave me again." Saying that, he pinned Anna against the wall and kissed her forcefully. But Anna pushed him away with all her strength and turned to leave. Meanwhile, Bess arrived at Eric's office with the fake pregnancy report, demanding that he hold a grand wedding for her. However, Eric coldly refused and instead told her to get rid of the baby. Furious, Bess changed tactics and demanded that Eric make her vice president of his company. Left with no choice, Eric reluctantly agreed. On the day of Bess's official appointment as vice president, Ally suddenly appeared. Before everyone, she exposed all of Bess's crimes with solid evidence and declared, "I am Anna." Bess desperately pleaded for Eric to believe her and accused Anna of framing her. However, Eric immediately revoked her position and ordered her to turn herself in. Eric then took Anna's hand, his eyes filled with guilt, and begged for her forgiveness. But Anna remained cold and distant. Without hesitation, she announced the termination of all business ties with his company and walked away. Panicked, Eric rushed after her, pleading for another chance. But Anna firmly refused, even begging him to let her go. Just then, Bess, completely deranged, sped toward Anna in a car, attempting to run her over. At the very last moment, Eric threw himself forward, using all his strength to push Anna out of the way, only to be violently hit himself. Deep down, Anna still loved Eric. Overwhelmed with grief, she eventually lost consciousness. When she woke up, Jack was by her side, telling her that she had to take care of herself, because she was pregnant. Hearing this, Anna was overjoyed and immediately rushed to tell Eric the good news. However, she was devastated to find that Eric had lost his memory and no longer remembered her. What shattered her even more was that when Bess appeared, Eric treated her with warmth and tenderness, then personally threw Anna out. But Anna was completely unaware that this was all part of Jack's meticulously crafted scheme. 5 years ago, he had secretly arranged for Bess to get close to Eric, intending to take control of Eric's company while also making Anna his own. That day, Anna went to the hospital to find Eric, only to discover that he had already been discharged. When she hurried to his house, Bess blocked her way. Anna threatened Bess, urging her to turn herself in, but Eric once again took Bess's side and forced Anna to leave. Though deeply hurt, Anna refused to give up. She went to Eric's office and played the recordings exposing Bess's crimes. However, Eric dismissed them as fabricated evidence. At that moment, Bess walked in with a contract, asking Eric to sign a business partnership agreement. But in reality, she had secretly swapped the documents for a divorce agreement. When Anna received the signed divorce papers, her heart completely shattered. Lost and broken, she sought comfort from Jack, tearfully confessing that she had truly lost Eric this time. Jack gently comforted her, then proposed, promising that he would never let her get hurt again. However, Anna refused. Determined to restore Eric's memories, Anna went to him with their marriage certificate and wedding photos. The moment Eric saw the photos, his mind was flooded with memories of their past, their laughter, their love, their happiest moments together. Sensing the shift, Bess panicked and hurriedly tried to drag Eric away. However, as she and Anna struggled, Eric instinctively stepped in to protect Anna, only to accidentally hit his head against the wall, falling unconscious. As Anna and Bess erupted into a heated argument, Eric suddenly woke up. At that instant, his lost memories came rushing back. Without hesitation, he picked up his phone and called the police, ready to have Bess arrested once and for all. In a moment of desperation, Bess grabbed a knife and took Anna hostage, demanding that Eric transfer $1 billion to her, or she would kill Anna. Without hesitation, Eric complied, pleading with Bess not to hurt Anna. However, Bess had already lost all sanity. She set the house on fire and locked the door before leaving, determined to burn them alive. As flames engulfed the room, Eric held Anna tightly, his voice filled with regret as he whispered, "I'm sorry for all the pain I've caused you." Anna gazed at him for a long moment before finally choosing to forgive him. They embraced tightly as the fire raged around them. Just then, Jack rushed into the burning house, trying to save Anna. However, Anna shoved him away, refusing to leave. She was determined to stay and save Eric. In the end, Eric regained consciousness, overcome with emotion, and pulled Anna into a heartfelt embrace. As for Bess, she ultimately paid the price for her crimes and faced the punishment she deserved. After enduring countless trials and hardships, Anna and Eric finally found their way back to each other, embracing the happiness that had once been lost.